for, because we met this guy in the festival circuit who always talked about doing movies, but never actually did them. So it became this idea of like the two different types of people in the world: those who go out and seek, and those who just sit around waiting to die. So that's where the metaphor came in. That's where the idea really bloomed, and we started rewriting it to match that.
Fair enough. Now, your location where you filmed is a pretty well-known location, right?
Yeah.
In the great state of New Jersey. So let's talk about that a little bit.
The Gingerbread Castle in Hamburg, New Jersey. We're between that and, what's the other one? Yeah, Fairy Tale Forest, which is in our hometown. We went to them first because it was being renovated, so it was creepy and abandoned. And when we talked to the guy, he was renovating it, so he was taking any money. It was actually the cheapest location we've ever had. He was taking anything. All right, yes.
How much do I have on pocket?
But yeah, we were fortunate enough, and actually, I don't know, it was a couple weeks prior to us filming there, Jason Mewes filmed a short film there for who's Chance on Bob. So it was just, I guess, we weren't the only ones who had that idea. But yeah, and then he was asking like, well, what can we do to make this better? And I was like, nothing. Like, make it look worse. So basically, all we had to do was, I guess, move like where the kids start. There was a bunch of wood in there, with, like nails and stuff. Like, you gotta move that. But other than that, keep everything the same.
Who needs insurance? All right, any audience questions? Because I have plenty. Yes, sir.
The wife and husband, do they date? Their banter back and forth is really good. And then how is it working with kids in a horror film? Or do you have to like tone them down or tone them up or anything like that?
The parents are actually, they've worked together a lot prior to this. This is our first time working with Chris, the dad. We worked with Diane a bunch of times, but actually it's not true. Chris usually does our music. It was the first time working as an actor. But they've worked together so many times that their chemistry is just spot on. And the kids, we did a movie Playdate before this with kids, and we surprisingly have not had any trouble with children. We're like, I think the only filmmakers ever. But before that, when we first met the little girl who stars in it is Abriella. She did a movie that we co-produced. And I remember the director saying, okay, here's your spot. And action, boom, she hits her spot. And my mind was blown because I can't get adult actors to hit their spots. So I was just like, maybe it's not going to be so bad. So we did it, but we wouldn't have done it without our co-producers, which so as Outtake Productions, because they work with kids all the time. That's actually how they got their start, was teaching kids how to make films. So without them, we wouldn't have even tried it. So basically, and Diane, the one who played the mom, was part of our crew. She was like the child wrangler, because there was no bathroom on site, which we didn't know until the morning of. So she had to like bus the kids to like nearby businesses. But yeah, it was. We have no problems working with kids. But what did you say we should maybe like stop doing it before it gets to that point where it's like, okay, something disastrous is going to happen.
Okay. Yes, sir.
What was your favorite part of the set?
Oh, jeez.
The big hole in the middle where you can look straight up or look straight down, that went right to the basement. That was creepy as hell. And even the basement itself, which was actually kind of dangerous because there's a lot of crap still laying around or whatever, but that was probably the best part of the set.
There are a few things creepier than an abandoned playground or amusement park, from my own personal experience. Yeah, Brian.
How you doing? First off, excellent work. Now, certain short films, if they achieve a certain success or they get enough of a following, some eventually get translated to a full-length feature film. Do you see that possibly happening if you ever get the resources or the means?
We haven't really thought about that yet, but we wouldn't rule anything out like that, because I think it does have potential for a feature.
Yeah, our idea right now is to take all of our short horror films and turn it into an anthology. Because anthologies are killing right now. Everybody loves them. So we have like an idea to do something with that. But like basically the concept is all the survivors of our short horror films are seeing the same like world-renowned psychiatrist to work out other issues, and that's kind of the glue that ties all of them together. So.
Cool. Cool. Anybody else? Yeah, Larry.
Most filmmakers that we've told actually have responded favorably to it, so I think we're onto something there.
Cool. You guys, I've known you now for quite some time. We've screened a lot of your films at Grindhouse. You guys are fairly prolific. What are you working on now? Anything new you're cooking up?
Well, we just wrapped on a web series in the summer called Kith and Kin. That was Outtake Productions, and we co-produced it with them. It's like a horror web series, but it's more about like family and supernatural. You can see that on Sika TV. It's a free app, so you can go check that out. We appreciate it. But for the future, we're in the middle of writing 4 features.
Oh, is that all? Okay.
So
Tom, let's get to work.
So we're polishing them up. 2 comedies.
You'd have a different opinion if you actually read them.
Fair enough.
So yeah, we have 2 comedies and 2 horror because that's our thing. So. And we are also producing our friend's short film. She's been with us at Grace Sorano. She's done a lot of this festival circuit with us. So that's basically what we got going.
Very cool. There's no other questions. How about another round? Oh, yes, sir.
How do you explain to the kids that somebody's going to die in the scene? How do you tell them that before you shoot the scene?
Good question.
We sent them the script, and they just knew what to do. Like we would, well, prior to them being revealed as dead, they would have to go to again Diane, the mother. She did the makeup, so she made them look a little pale, made their lips a little blue, and when they came back, they were dead. I'm telling you, they were very professional kids, but most of them have like theater backgrounds, so they're not new to this. They knew what they were doing. Very professional.
All right. How about another round of applause for Cremer?